Hi, this is a decluttering technique. It allows you to keep synthesizers on your shelf, like at a library, and then just check them out and use them whenever you want. And then you have a ready place for them to go when you're done. So this is pretty easy to implement. You just have to cut the boxes in sort of a funny way. And in a lot of cases, you can use some of the original boxes. It's like I'm storing this Roland MC202 in an SEO2 box. Okay, so you get the concept now. I'm going to walk you through doing this delay unit. I would like to make this delay unit into a shelfable module like in a library. So first we notice the width is just a little bit within threshold, and we need to just trim it up here a little bit. The ears are going to stick out, but that's okay. Basic tools for this is going to be just a good old box cutter, and then optional black magic marker so you can trace out where you cut. Okay, that should be enough of a guide that we can trim this. Now let's just sketch out the line across the bottom of the box. You cannot reliably use that tape as a guide, although it may seem somewhat perpendicular. Now we're going to flip it up and do the bottom side. At this point, we'll have carvings across all four sides. Actually, so we don't have to carve into this twice. Let's do it with the flap off. We're going to have to remove the flap anyway. There we go. And now we're going to go wild with the knife, carving through all this. Okay, so the box has been trimmed down very nicely now. Let's tape it up real quick. Now for this, I'm just going to use good old packing tape. I'll tack some in place first, just to get the stable positioning. Okay, that's going to make it just a little bit stronger. Let's reinforce these flaps too here. Okay, again, this is just to get the initial tack in place, so it's got a stable form before we put in the heavy reinforcement. Also notice this flap back here. Okay, now this is pretty cute. The question is, what's it going to look like with the delay unit in it? Let's try it out. Okay, let's try pick it up and swing it around. Look at that. That is reasonably solid for putting it into a bookshelf. Let's try it out. Okay, back to the shelf where the other synthesizers were. Look at that. It slides right on there. Now, okay, I hope you enjoyed seeing how easy that was. I've got one other thing I want to show you. This is another top tip. So here we've got the good old JP08 stored with the keyboard. But there's also a few cables in here. What I like to do is store the specific power supply for that instrument right along with it. It's a small thing, but it ensures that whenever you just rush up to the wall of synths and parts, you're going to have everything you need and you don't have to go running around looking for it. Now, if I followed my own advice, I would have the power supply for this MC202 and get that sucker going. Or maybe I'll just, go out and get myself some C batteries. Either way, I know it's stored in here pretty safely.